Yeah, so today it's going to be PowerPoint, working with masters in PowerPoint. The whole purpose of working with your masters is to make a complex job pretty easy. So as you can see, I've got a presentation here that I've custom built with the DigiCape logo on it, with the DigiCape footer on it, some slides. I've got a whole background setup on it, straight with its own fonts, company fonts, and so on. So this is like thoroughly customized. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. Of course, you can do this manually by doing it slide by slide. But the best way to do it is basically just to build your own masters, and this will automatically build it within the slides. Some people will actually go ahead and build their masters first and then generate the presentations through that. Anyway, this is now kind of what I want to achieve. This is not totally complete yet, guys, and I'm going to work to its completeness. I'm going to maybe tweak it a little bit more just to make it a little bit different to what I've worked with here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this one down. I'm going to open a presentation. This doesn't have the elements in it which that one has. And this one, as you can see, it is a white slide with black text on it. Looks pretty boring. So I'm just going to show you guys in terms of what it looks like locally and how we can actually use our masters to this. So yeah, I've got these slides and I'm going to start with this one. As you can see, if I click on this slide, what it does is it shows me, if I click on the slide, I can click then within the text boxes on that or the placeholders. And if I now say want to change the text to this, to the text that the company gives me, I can now go to my fonts under my home ribbon button and, choose the, let me go down and choose the company font, which is the graphic font, and I'm going to make this graphic light, and there you can see that there it is. And I can change, of course, this to, I'm just going to type in, I'm going to make it 27, so I can type it in manually. There's my font for that one. So also I want to change the heading from Helvetica, but this time around you can see the graphic is there and I can just simply change it there. And this time around, I think I'm not going to make that light. I'm going to make it graphic regular. Okay, so there I've got that now all sorted. Now, guys, I can do that and do it for one by one. There's another shorter way of doing it because I want to maintain keeping this, and you can see the other three slides is similar. I can select that, go to format and say pick up object style. So it will take that style, the type of font that I had, I can pick it up and then I can go to this one, click there, and I can then just go back to format and say apply object style. Let me select all the text first. Apply object style, and it will apply that, as you can see, the same font as well as the size that I've had, and I can just rinse and repeat it with all the places where I've got text in. So that's a nice way of doing it instead of applying it each and every time per that slide, right? So that is one way of going about your business. The other way is, of course, which is much easier, is to actually work within the masters of that slide. Now, you might ask me, Angela, what are you referring to as when you talk about masters? Well, what I'm referring to is if I should click on, say, new slide, and I click on that arrow, now all of these different slides are referred to as your masters. It's basically the general layout of that slide, okay? Also, I can change the layout of any slide. If I should select the slide and click on the layout button, there I will be able now to change the layout. So if I want to change the layout to this slide, I can say slide title only, and it will change that layout. I'm just going to undo it, edit, and undo that slide layout. Keep it the way it is. Now, that's basically what the masters are. So I can change my masters. I can add in additional masters, but I can also put in my own logos and footers and images and all those things to my slides. So to do that, or first of all, to do the local version, I can go into my assets. So I've got in my assets here, my folder where I have all of my images and footers and fonts and so on that I want to utilize for this particular presentation. So now if I say I wanted to put a logo to this, I can then go to my folder where I keep all of my images. And so I take this one here, DigiCap logo small. I can drag that straight into my slide. There it is. And I can make this a certain size, maybe so small. And I'm going to drag it to the left-hand corner. So now that I've got it, I'm going to change the picture format, right? And maybe give it a nice round edges and maybe a nice little backdrop as well. So I can do that, but now it's only applied to that slide. And I can then again click on that, do a copy, and then paste it from slide to slide. That's a long way of doing it, right? Instead of going this route, I'm just going to apply it also to the master. So now to get to my masters, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the view button, and then in my view ribbon button, I'm going to go to slide master. So now in my master slides, you will see that the contextual tab called slide master has now appeared, and it shows me now my master with all my different layouts. Okay. And now in my master is where I'm going to do now all of these changes, put in my logos, put in my fonts, and so on. So first thing I'm doing is I'm going to select my master, and I want to change actually my whole presentation to 16 by 9. So the slide size is going to be 16 by 9 or landscape format. And I go to slide size, and I'm going to go 16 by 9. So now it's going to change it in that format. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to put in my logo. So the same thing that I've done before, I'm just going to add in my logo straight into my master slide. So now that I'm putting it in my master slide, you will see that automatically it's now added it in to each and every layout. Okay. And I'm going to then drag it to the left-hand corner again. And it keeps that layout there. And I'm going to go into my picture format, right? So in my picture format, I'll select the picture style to make it more of a little icon sitting there in the top left-hand corner, and it applies it to all of the others as well. Now, I also want to do a footer. So I'm going to insert that footer the same way I dragged and dropped this one in, but this time around, I'm just going to go to the insert button, and I'm going to insert the picture from file, just to show you there's also that the standard method of doing this as well, guys. So I'm going to go to where I keep my assets. Okay. And I'm just going to take this footer and insert it. And I'm going to make it maybe just a little bit smaller. And I think I'm going to just put it like just above. There we go. And center it nicely. So you can see it now falls in line with all my others as well. Now, if I go to see what it looks like now, my presentation, I'm just going to go to my slide master tab button, close master. And here you can see it already applied it to my slides. Okay, it's now in place of all of those. But one thing that I failed to do is add in my fonts. Now I changed my fonts with these 3 slides here, but I did it manually. But if I go further on, it's still on that old or different fonts for that matter. So I want to also make these fonts the same throughout my entire presentation. And again, I will do that on my master. So I'll go back to my view menu item, slide master, and within my slide master, I'm going to change my font now. So I'll go to my header. This is now my slide master. So I'll highlight my header and I'll go to home and I'll change this to graphic is there at the top because I selected it already, and I'm going to make that regular. And here I'm going to make the body text. I'm going to change it to graphic, but this time I'm going to make it light. And you can see that it's changed. It also did it the same with all my layouts. And that should then change it on my presentation. If I go slide master, close master, you can see there's all of my fonts now as the ones that I've changed earlier on. So there it is graphic, and there that is also graphic, as you can see, all of those as I've changed the master. Now, there's also another type of master that I want to use, and that is to have that nice little background image as my background slide. So I'm going to show you guys in the local sense of how I can apply this. So if I want to apply, say, to my department slide, right? So I will then go to my slide, I'll click on design, and in my design, I'll go to my format background, and my format background, I'll choose picture or texture fill. I'll click on insert, and I'll go to where my assets are, go to my wallpaper image. As an image that I have that I want to set as my wallpaper, I say insert, and then it will automatically, now that is doing it in the local sense, right? However, I want to create a master of this. Also, you can see that these other items is also included, which I don't want anyway. So for now, I'm going to go with solid color, and I'll keep it the way it is. And I'm just going to close on my format background. I'm going to do that same, but for master this time. So again, I go to my view menu item, and I go to slide master. And this time around, I'm going to insert a new master slide. Now, when I insert the new master slide, guys, it inserts the entire master. As you can see, there's my master with my icon and my footer. And here's a totally new master blank, just with no assets in whatsoever, or other icons, footers, and so on. So this master, I actually want to put in the background picture is what I've done with the local ones. So I'm going to go to my background style, and I'm going to say format background, and then I'm going to go to picture texture fill, click on insert, and so we just do the same exercise as what we've done with the local one, but we do it now on the master basis. Insert, and it will automatically now add it to that master. So I say close master. Okay, so now I can go into these slides, into my department slides. I'm going to select all of those that falls under that particular section for my departments up to other services. So I've selected all of those, and the way I've done it was selected the first one, guys, held down my shift key and selected the last one that I want in that section. And now all I do is I just go to layout, and I change the layout to that. Okay, and there you can see it's now changed that around to the way that I want it. So that is how easy it is for me just to change my layout, add in my specific font. And also, guys, if I want to, I can at any time go to my new slide, and you will see that it gives it to me there as a theme per se, right? So I can choose a new slide and choose it, and it will maintain keeping that structure. Okay, so now we've done quite a bit, and we've done it quickly, but there's still one more thing. You know, in the meantime, I realized, look, I actually wanted to put in a blank slide without my logos, without the footer, just a plain blank white slide, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my masters, and I'm going to put in not a master this time, because I just want to put in one slide like this, and this is what they call a layout. These are all layouts. That's my master. But if you add to the master, will affect the layouts. But sometimes you just want the layout being separate from the actual master. So I'm going to create another layout, right? I'm going to make a layout blank slide. And I'm going to say insert, not master, but layout. And this layout mustn't have a title nor a footer. And I want the logos not to be part of it. So here, if I go to take that away, I can click and delete it. You see, I can't click these items even though I'm trying to. So to get it away, I'm going to go to below background styles. It is under hide background graphics. And then it will take that away. Okay. So now if I go to close master, you will see then in my layouts or in my masters, I will have another slide with only the blank slide that I put in. So I can then change the layout or even select a blank slide in that manner. Okay, so now we're making good progress. I showed you guys how to build your own masters. You can do all of these things. There's also certain built-in placeholders within masters. So if I should go to, say, my masters again, slide master, you will notice that in my master, I've got the date, a footer, as well as where I can put in my slide number. So here I can customize this. I can put in my footer, say if I say confidential, there we go. And I can keep the date as it is, and I'll leave the number as it is. I'm going to make this the text on all three. I'm going to hold down my command key, select all of them, and I'm going to make my text black, okay, for all three of those, because I want them to stand out. Now, all I do is I can now, after closing down my slide master, I can now go into my design. So say, for instance, I go to any slide, or I can even highlight the slides as well. Then I can go into my design. And in my design, I can go to slide size, and there it will give me page setup. If I go to page setup, I can now select my headers and footer in the next window, and here I can specify what must be displayed. So I can choose to show me the date and time, the current date and time, or I can make it fixed. Okay, so if you update automatically, when if it's tomorrow, it will show tomorrow's date and so on. Slide number, I can click on that one, and I can also include the footer. I see the footer didn't update yet, but I can do it here as well. So I can also type in confidential. And then I can say, don't show on title slide. I'll keep it on title slide. And then I'll just click on apply to all. And there you can see now it's, and click on OK. There you can see now it's applied that to all of my master or to all of my slides, even if I should go into adding a new slide or changing the layout while maintain keeping that structure with my footers involved as well. So guys, quick and simple changes, cosmetic changes that I've made to my presentation without going into each and every slide to make the change. And that also maintains the consistency of working with a presentation tool such as PowerPoint as well as Keynote. That is my presentation. I will stop my share. Anyway, guys, we are almost at the end of the year. So we'll see each other again on Thursday. I think Alan is doing installing fonts on the iPad. I'm looking forward to that one myself. So guys, all of the best and see you guys on Thursday. Cheers.